2017 question 16. Which of the following statements concerning helium is or are correct? So first statement, it says, first option, helium is chemically inert. Now, is that true? Now, for that to be true, we need to first know what does it mean by inert anyway. So yep, inert means it's unreactive chemically. So chemically inert meaning it's chemically unreactive. It does not react with anything else. And for us to know that, do we know what's, you can check from the periodic table, which group does helium lie in? As we know, helium is in group 8, group 0, and it only actually has 2 electrons. It only has 2 electrons. So it's completely filling the first shell. So it completely fills the first shell. Hence why it's not reactive chemically. So it's completely filled first shell. Okay, so usually those that tend to gain electrons or lose electrons, they tend to be more reactive because they want to lose or gain an electron basically. But helium is perfectly stable. It has a completely filled shell. First shell especially is filled, so it does not want to do anything. Now let's see option 2. Helium exists as diatomic molecules. Now what does it mean by diatomic? Yes, di means 2. Atomic means atoms. So simply, so here, does helium exist as diatomic molecules? So as we know, helium, there are only 2 electrons in its outermost shell. So 1, 2. Now what if, supposedly, if I draw another one, if I draw another atom here, so here, let's say I draw another one. Now here, does it make sense? Now you can count the outermost shell electrons here, and this part here, you'll see that there are 3 electrons in total. So it does not really make sense. It's not completely filled. So there's no way, this actually does not even exist to begin with. So helium actually, just by itself, having 2 electrons just by itself, it's perfectly fine. It's perfectly in order, perfectly fine. So it's actually monatomic. It's supposed to be monatomic, not diatomic. So option 2 is wrong. And finally, the outermost electron shell of a helium atom has an octet structure. Now, is that true? Of course, that's not true because, as we know, helium only has 2 electrons in its outermost shell. So instead, it's having, what do we call that? Yep, it's supposed to be a doublet structure or duplet structure. So this is also wrong. So our answer for this is A.